So you think you have what it takes to be great at Louis Vuitton? I doubt it, sister. But stay tuned and I'll show you how to secure the bag. I didn't mean to drop my other bag. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't guessed by now, this video is going to be a very special one. Okay, we are going to be talking to a former employee of Louis Vuitton. That'll be me. Yes, worked at Louis Vuitton. Okay, now let me stop. Applying for the company. Reasons why I applied for the company. So I was actually an assistant store manager at another company looking for some extra pay. So I applied to a seasonal position to a store up the road from my current job. I figured I had it all mapped out in my head. I'm gonna go to work here full time. I'm gonna go right up the street part time. It's right before the highway, and I'm gonna get on the highway and go home. I was thinking I'm gonna just work a couple hours a week and call it a day, girl. Because that was my whole plan. Get my little discount, get a little insight in the company, and that was pretty much it. Didn't go that way. So I applied for the job. I ended up getting a call back. I think it was about a week. I don't even think it was that long. I think it was probably a couple days later I got a call back. The first thing I got was an email. And the email was from HR, pretty much saying that they were interested in my resume. They were very impressed and they would like to set up a phone interview. So the later steps were setting up the phone interview. Once I got on the phone with HR, it was such a good conversation. Like, it didn't even feel like an interview, like compared to what I'm used to. Like, we were just chatting. Okay. We had so much to talk about. We were talking about my IT background, my experience, talked a little bit about where they are, you know, because they weren't located where I was at the time. They were stationed out of Miami, which is one of the headquarters in the area that I was in, because I was down south when I applied. And yeah, it was a good conversation. I was like, oh, okay, that was cool. HR, okay, I feel y'all. So they pretty much scheduled the in-person interview, which is the last step. So the in-person interview was with one of my managers who I ended up meeting. I kind of want to say I met on my lunch break. It was like weird or something. Or maybe I wasn't that bold. Maybe I did schedule a whole other day. But it was literally at the block, so why not? So I went to the interview and it was a really good interview, you know, of course. I don't know, I just thought it was only right that I bring my Louis to the interview.
I mean, like, I'd let you know what it was, sis. I'm interested, okay?
So I was wearing my Speedy, a white button up and some black slacks and some Tory Burch flats. I think that's what I was wearing. You know, very subtle makeup, nothing too crazy. I don't even think I had on lashes. I had my mascara on, and some earring studs and a cute diamond necklace. You know, I try to keep it as classy as I could. I know these people are very, you know, luxurious, if you want to call it. But yeah, so I just want to make sure I kept it classy, as you should if you're going for an interview as well, or going to the store to drop off your resume, which I think is recommended, but it's not the route that I took. I actually applied on Indeed, if you're interested. So yeah, so the interview is really good. The interview actually was a little bit longer than expected. um we was chatting too. Yeah, you gonna work at Louis Vuitton. It's gonna be a lot of chatty patties. I'll tell you that right now. We was chatting, honey. It was interesting. Like, I honestly, that was the least amount of pressure I've ever felt in an interview. But I'm pretty sure she was getting the notes that she needed. She probably wanted to see if I was a people person, how comfortable I was with having conversations, you know, diving in and exploring. She did ask me questions about sales related questions, which are very important. They want to make sure you're a salesperson, but you also have to have a certain trait and characteristic to work at a luxury sales company. It got to be a little bit more flexible, to say the least. That was the interview process. I think it was really short. I think the whole hiring process was about 2 weeks. She actually ended up, I applied for a part time seasonal position. They actually ended up hiring me full time. They pretty much tried to convince me out. Like, she was like, "You are a hit and I need you." Like, she was like, straight up, "I need you full time." So I didn't really understand the importance of that. I didn't really understand um what made that so special, because I've always been full time my entire life. Like, I think I probably worked one other part time job and I was working full time and picked up another part time job. Like, that's how I am. I'm a hustle baby, like, literally. So yeah, that was something special and I didn't really understand it. And I'll tell you when I understood it later down the line. Stay tuned for that. They went through a background check just because there's not enough information to me personally about Louis Vuitton. I looked up videos on like the interview process, what it would look like, how many interviews you have to do they background check, do they drug test, what do they do? So, I'm gonna lay it on the table. They do not drug test for Louis Vuitton. Something has changed. I was with the company 2018, 2019, so I don't know if something might have changed, but there was no drug test. It was just a background check. Background check is pretty much to make sure you have never gone bankrupt and you're not planning on robbing the entire store, because you get a lot of information. So they just want to make sure, you're not crazy, you know? So that's what the background check pretty much checks for. So they check your credit score. Manager will tell you, your credit score is good? Okay, you're good. Like, they just want to make sure you can keep up with your finances and you don't have a reason to steal a piece and go home and sell it or something like that. Because you'll be surprised what happens at Louis Vuitton. Yeah, they provide you a uniform. Mind you, this is the first and last company to provide uniform and dry cleaning. Okay, dry cleaning with the uniform. That is crazy. Like, that's like, you literally can come to work with whatever you want, and your dry cleaning will be there, and you put on your uniform. And from the bags, they give you bags for the ladies. This was one of them. This is the Palace clutch. The only difference with this for consumers is it would come with a gold chain. That's the only difference. But this is the Palace clutch. Before I left, they did decide to change it and upgrade it to the Empreinte Palace clutch, which I am in love with. Okay, in love with this. If you have worked for Louis Vuitton, or if you have shopped at Louis Vuitton, you understand the difference between canvas and leather. Okay? Okay. And for those newcomers who are thinking of shopping for Louis Vuitton, canvas is a great starter. It's perfect for your first entry level bag. The original print is beautiful. We all love it. That's what got us, our hearts entangled with Louis Vuitton. But the leather bags, of course, carry more quality. So that's just the best part about the leather bags. They do offer you some shoes as well. You get a choice of boots. They give you flats. They give you now I think they're giving them sneakers. I missed out the sneakers. It's a black sneaker with like a heel. It's like almost like a platform. And those are really, really cute. I see my ex coworkers rocking them, and I'm so jealous. But it's okay, it's okay. And they also give you a necklace like this one here. You guys can see it. It's actually half gold, half silver. But this is still, however, considered fashion jewelry. So I do not recommend wearing it in the shower. Get into fashion and retail, it's the perfect place for you. Okay. Just don't expect to be getting paid the big bucks on the front lines, because they never pay the people on the front lines the big bucks. It's always people behind the scenes. So be willing to change locations. Be willing to grow within a company. I believe highly in Louis Vuitton. They will take you places. You just have to want it for yourself. Next time, go ahead and show your face. I think it's much better when you go in person to a Louis Vuitton store. Show your elegance. Show that you're knowledgeable about the products. Research. Learn about the history of the culture of Louis Vuitton. Where they came from is trunks, and they expanded from trunks to luggage. When they went from luggage, they went to handbags. They also sell furniture. So, you know, just being knowledgeable about those kind of things, you'll be a shoo-in. Okay? So good luck on your next interview. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below or message me. I have no problem with it. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Angie Say Less. Thank you guys. Have a good one.